Phil Jackson's outlook, his conversation with Peter Vecsey. Peter Vecsey talked with the Bulls coach.
Oh, man. I don't know. 3 times is nice.
At the end of the draft, actually, Jerry Reinsdorf came in my office and said, at this time, we're staying with Scottie Pippen in the way we've gone the last couple of years. And I knew, particularly that time, they'd made the decision to continue on in the championship course that we've been on for the last few years.
I heard that when things got really crazy at the end of last year, you got on your motorcycle by yourself,
right,
and you went to Montana. How many days did that take you, and then what were you thinking on that trip?
Well, I did. I took a 5-day, 2,000-mile trip. It averages out to 400 a day, but the first day I only did about 200 miles. And I was prepared to make the next move, if things didn't go the other direction. If what I felt was right didn't get made. And so when I got to Montana, my final destination, and sat the bike in the garage and started to enjoy my vacation, I felt very much at peace and very much comfortable with what I knew was going to come up. And we actually, even though it seemed protracted, our negotiation, I think the negotiation actually went very well.
But up until then, you were shaky?
Well, I didn't care one way or the other. If they made a decision that they had to go another direction, that was their business.
What stopped Jerry Reinsdorf from trading Scottie Pippen? It was very, very close with the Celtics.
Well, I think the whole city of Chicago probably would have come to, really a harsh wake-up of, something that they hold very dear to them going. It had to be some kind of a blow that would be a knockout blow. I mean, they felt that if they could do in one fell swoop, maybe a 3-player plus a draft situation in the future. I'm not particularly a believer in that because I think that too many young players together can be a problem.
But Jerry Reinsdorf had to know that public opinion was going to be against him before he ever went as far as he did.
Well, I think so, and I think that he's willing to go against public opinion. If that knockout punch would have been good enough to give them the players that they wanted, I think they would have gone for it.
Good evening, and welcome to the 1997 NBA Draft.
I was in the building. I was at my job every day. There were times when Jerry came in and said, we've got to go ahead as an organization. We have to look at things that would include not having you here in case we change personnel on this team. This is a day in which you're not particularly needed, here at work. If you want to take the day off, great. Well,
when he would bring in a player to look at?
I didn't know anything about players. I heard later that he brought players in to look at. That would have included a whole different type of a team. That would have been somebody else. True, my advice might have been good. I mean, they could have probably used guys' advice like myself or Tex Winter or other guys. But they chose to do this alone.
So your staff was not included either?
Right.
That didn't hurt at all, Phil?
No, I mean, that's a choice they make. If they want to, not look at the skills or not take the advice that we have, if they're content with that, that's his business. It's their business. They own the business. I'm an employee.
And we are joined now from Paris by Peter Vecsey. Bonjour, Pierre.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. The Pippen injury, Michael Jordan's status, Phil Jackson's status, there's a lot going on with this Chicago Bulls team. What kind of an impact does it have on the Bulls for this season?
Well, Phil Jackson says that people think he's kidding when he says that he hopes to be 500 when Scottie Pippen returns in 2 or 3 months. And after watching them play a game and a half here, I know he's not kidding. If Tony Kukoc doesn't step up big time, and he's even talking about a possible operation and not going back with the Bulls, then this team is in big trouble in the NBA.
Okay, let's say Phil Jackson leaves at the end of the season, and according to Michael, that means that he's going to leave too. Is there any situation at all where you could see Michael Jordan playing next year?
Well, I asked him that question, Greg. I said, hey, what if Dean Smith is hired by the Bulls next year? He said, in that case, I'm back in a heartbeat. But that will never happen. I said, but what if it does? What if he's rejuvenated and he wants to get back and try the pros? He says, then I'm back in a heartbeat. But I don't see it happening, Greg. I saw Jerry Krause on the avenue hawking Tim Floyd T-shirts.
And I guess Michael doesn't need the money, right, Pete? All right, thank you, Peter. Peter Vecsey in Paris.